Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Buffalo Sabres Be a GM through the draft at this point now. And what we're going to be looking to do at this juncture is re-sign some players. So I went ahead and built our depth chart here for the NHL, and we are going to base it around the assumption that we're keeping Eric Staal around. All right, we're probably going to try and deal him. We'll see what we can get. Maybe we can get some kind of a winger, a scoring winger for him. Not sure. All right. Now our lineup's going to look like this. So if I go by centers, so top line center is going to be Ryan Kessler. Eric Staal will probably play the wing, and then Sam Reinhart, depending on if he gets better than Kessler, will play the second line center. If he gets better, then he'll play top line. Girgensons will play third line. Larson's going to play the second line right wing. Grigorenko is going to play the third line right wing. Luke Adam is not in the future. Left wing, we got Matt Molson will play the top line. Zuccarello will play the second line. Third line will be Foligno. And fourth line will be Carrier. On the right wing, you're going to have Martin Saint-Louis going away. We're not keeping him. Instead, Nick Baptiste will stay in this, and we'll release Martin Saint-Louis. He's been a serviceable player for us. I don't want to sign him just to trade him. I mean, we could grab him. We could give him another year. I'm just considering that. Nah, because I don't think that's fair, because I think Eric Staal is more of a chip for us to play on that. So I'm going to actually end up... Yeah, I think we just got too many players otherwise. I'm just going to release him, or not re-sign him. We won't worry about him, okay? And then on defense, our pairings are pretty obvious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we'll see how good Bowie gets. We may be in a situation where we're re-signing a lot of guys. And then goaltenders, we're going to go with Neuwirth and Nichols this year. Depending on how good each of them are, will determine who's the starter, who's the backup. So we won't re-sign Hackett. He did a good job for us, but he's on his way out. So we don't have that many players to re-sign. We have to re-sign Larson. So I'm going to pull up my calculator here. There we go, my calculator. He wants 3.055 for 2 years. People are saying that you should give them the number of years they're after. So 3 point... And we're going to multiply that by 0.9. Because it seems... people are saying that it actually affects their development. So we're going to go 2.745. We'll go 2.745 for Johan Larsson. That'll be for 2 years. That's not bad. And then we also... Yeah, we're not re-signing Luke Adam. I'm going to do all the NHL guys right first. So, Foligno's the next one. Oh, wait, hold on. Molson signed? I thought he had... Okay. Nick Foligno, or Marcus Foligno, pardon me. 2.795 for 3 years. 2.510. All right, we can get him... 2.510 for Marcus Foligno. There you go. So, we'll get him signed. Next we have William Carrier. He is going to be in the NHL this year. He wants 0.775 for 1 year. We're going to try and save as much as we can. 0.697. Alright, 695 is what it's going to be. 695. There you go, William Carrier. Save a little bit here, save a little bit there, you know. You never know. Right wing, Martin Saint-Louis, we're not going to worry about. Defensemen, we do not need to sign any NHL defensemen, and goalies, we do not need to sign any NHL goalies. So we're going to sim a day, make sure we got everybody, and then we'll worry about our rookies, and we're going to go and pursue a free agent too. Hopefully there's somebody good that we can get at the top line, and then we can trade Eric Staal away for a good defenseman. Or there's a good defenseman available, and we can trade Eric Staal away for a good sniper. It was an easy decision to decide to renew my contract with you. It's important to me to get what I want. We got Foligno, we got Larson, and we got Carrier. So all three are done. We're not going to worry about Saint Louis. We are then going to go by... How many contracts do I have right now? I've got probably 34. Yeah, 34 contracts. So we need to be careful with this because we don't want to go close to... I want to be stopping at about 45 at the latest going into free agency here. So we're not going to worry about Saint Louis or Adam. Liam O'Brien, I'm just going to actually release them right now. See you, Luke. I'm going to release you, Martin. Maybe you can find some service somewhere else. We're going to release Liam O'Brien. We are going to sign Orendors. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go first by potential. We're going to sort by potential, and then that way we know who doesn't have a contract. So, Nicholas Waugh, a center power forward, 4 yellow stars, ready to play. Let's give him a contract. So, that's 35. We're gonna keep a count here. 35. We need to sign Kennedy, defensive defenseman, Brandon Kennedy, 4 yellow stars, 700. That's 36. All right, Dunn. We need to sign our offensive defenseman. That's 37. All right, Robertson maybe, 20 years old. We'll see. 37. Let's see how many we have left here. Schmidt. Yeah, well, you know what? We don't need to sign him yet. Gagne will sign. That's 38. Don't need to sign you. We're only doing guys that are actually UFAs right now. Orens. This will be 39. And I won't come back to Atwell yet. Okay, so that's everybody else signed. Okay, so let's go back up. We're at 39. There's a couple of there's 1 4 red star we need. There's 2 of them. Robertson. That's 40. And 41 for Trennan. Okay, so that's 41 contracts. I'm going to sim a day. I'm going to double check our numbers again. Make sure we got everybody we wanted here. Yakov Trennan. I mean, that guy could be playing in the AHL this year. All right, so we got Vince done. Robertson, Waugh, Trennan, Gagne, Kennedy, and Orendors. So that leaves us with 41 contracts. I thought we were at 39. All right, whatever. Oh, no, I counted 41, right? Okay, so now we're going to go by guys that need contracts, all right? So here's one Atwell that's 1. So there's one guy that needs a contract right now. Atwell, 3.5 red stars. Normally I wouldn't sign him. How many of these yellow stars do I have coming up? We got Weglintner. He's the yellow star. We got Schmidt. And we got Goat. So 3? Am I counting that right? 3 of them. 4 if you count this 4 red star. So you know what? I'll gamble on him. I'll gamble on Atwell. As long as we keep our numbers down. There you go. 3 years at Atwell. I mean, these guys could be bargaining chips too, right? You never know. It's nice to have this many prospects in the system. All right, now we do need to look at goalies. Because there are a couple here we haven't signed. Brossois, I am going to sign. I will sign Dubois. Allmark, I don't see a reason to keep him around. But we could tender him a qualifying offer. And we'll negotiate a new contract with Brossois. Okay. And we'll negotiate a new contract with Dubois. Yeah, why not? He's young. He's got a ton of years left on him. And he's got decent potential. I mean, for 3.5 red stars is nothing great. All right, so we're going to sim a day. I didn't mean to back out. Sim a day here. Nikita Kucherov is available, guys. He's going to be testing free agency. So we got 3 of them. So that puts us at 44 contracts. It's exactly where I wanted to be. So let me double check just before we go to free agency. I don't want to jump into it and then all of a sudden, shit, you know, we got to do something here. Let me make sure I got everybody. So goalies, we are not re-signing Hackett, so I'm just going to release him right now. And double check these. Make sure there's nobody we're carrying here. They're all unsigned, so that's exactly what we want. So we're okay there. So as far as I can tell, we've got everybody signed that we want to get signed. All right, so let's go to free agency. Let's see what kind of a player we can scoop up. We got $19 million to spend. We could pick up 2 first-line players, or we could pick up a second or top pairing defenseman, depending on what's available. All right, here we go. Let us see what's available. So Kucherov is on there. Now Nikita Kucherov is a second-line 24-year-old player. 4.5 red stars. Good shooter though. Good shooter. We're not going to get that top-line player from the looks of things. Pallett's the only other guy in here that's really any good. But I bet you Kucherov is he's an RFA. So he's going to command a lot of salary, unfortunately. Okay, so then what we do want to add is somebody, I don't know. We don't really need to add anybody then. I'd like to add defense. David Rundblad. Offensive defenseman, 4 yellow star. I guess we don't really need to add him then. Anybody with potential then is what we're looking for here. Just Kucherov, Palat, Andre Palat, pardon me. Left-wing playmaker. He's not going to bring anything that Matt Molson doesn't already bring. Johnson. Rundblad is the best defenseman available, which kind of sucks. And I'm sorting by potential. That's all there is for potential players. Johnson and Rundblad. Tyler Johnson, tiny little guy. Not somebody I'm interested in. So Kucherov is the only one. Now, hold on. The only other team interested in him is Tampa Bay. Now, he's a $5 million player. Nikita Kucherov. He's not a top-line player by any stretch of the imagination. So if I go to GM options, I cannot... They always change this stuff. You go to offer sheet... Oh, no, not offer sheets. Pardon me. You go to compensation, and it'll actually tell you exactly how much it's going to cost you. So he's going to cost us this year's first and... Pardon me. This year's first and third. Is a first and a third-round pick worth a 4.5 red star player? I don't think so. Not in my opinion. So right now what I'm looking at is nothing worthwhile. There's nothing worthwhile here. And I think what we'll have to do is decide, do we sacrifice offense and play a player up? Or, you know what, we could actually trade away. Or do we play for a defense, or do we sacrifice a forward and play a player up and trade Stahl for a defenseman? Or do we trade Stahl for a forward and go with the defense that we have? That's our options. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to GM options. We're going to go trade negotiations. We're going to trade players. And we're going to see first who's interested in Eric Stahl. There should be a lot of players. And he should command quite a bit. Alright, so goalies, players giving away. Alright, here we'll go by Boston, Milosh. Nobody's going to be getting rid of anybody that they want. So we're going to have to find something that makes sense for everybody, I think, if we're going to want somebody. Steele. Los Angeles. No. Minnesota. This is the point in time where we actually might need to make a trade for somebody that they don't want to get rid of. Alright, so St. Louis, no. And I know, we haven't done one yet. Washington. Fleury, 18 years old, two-way defenseman, 3.5. Yeah, but he's not over, like 50 overall. That's crazy. Anaheim. Okay, so there's no defenseman available from what I'm seeing here. Now, let's go to guys that we actually have that are interested in him then. And let's see what they have for defense. So you got a Hampus Lindholm, offensive defense. Oh, he's two-way defenseman, pardon me. 4.5 yellow stars. Good shooter. Good shooter. Puts up 52 points. But, I mean, they're not going to want to make this deal. You look at trade value. Yeah, it's pretty similar. But they're not going to want to make that deal. If I even look at scoring forwards, if I'm going to be adding a scoring forward here, like a Corey Perry, the value's off. You're looking at a guy that's probably about 88 overall. So if we go to Boston, Milan Lucic, Krejci, Eriksson, they don't want to get rid of any of these guys. That's the problem. That is the real problem we're going to come into. Obviously, they don't want to get rid of them. Ryan Johansson, we do not need to add another center. I mean, at this point, you could in terms of trade value, you could probably trade McDavid, who's 5 green stars, for Eric Stahl. I mean, you gave up the value's a little bit off, of course. Let's hold on. Let's take him off. Wisniewski, Ryan Murray. No, nobody there that really stands out to me. Dallas. Jamie Benn is a good scoring forward, much better than Matt Molson, and he puts up a ton of points, 76 points last year. I still think that Kessler, Stahl, and Matt Molson would be a good line to run. Reinhart, Larson, and Zuccarello are also a good line to run. It'll be interesting to see what happens here, but I think that we should be okay either way. It's just the defense that we're struggling with. Cronwall, they don't want to get rid of Cronwall. We might have to wait. We might have to wait till we get the season started to see what we can get, because right now there's nothing out there. All right, now the other thing I do want to take a look at is goalies with potential. All right, because we didn't look at that. There's this guy here, Zanussi. He's actually 4 yellow stars. That automatically becomes our best goaltending prospect. He's in UFA. He is. So I'm going to go ahead and make an offer for Zanussi. Lots of teams interested in him. So I'm going to offer him the max amount. He's considering his options, so we'll see what happens. You've also got a couple other guys in here, 4.5 stars, or 3.5 yellow stars, stuff like that. Any greens? Any greens in here? No, there's no greens. So that's okay. Every now and then you come up with a green. And then forwards, there was nothing. So, well, that's the only guy I can see us going after here. I don't see any need to do any changes. We'll have to wait until the regular season comes along. So, oh, hold on. Before we do this, GM Tracker, can we upgrade our guy in any way? Medical staff, no. Okay. So, we are going to sim. Actually, you know what we're going to do before we do this? I'm going to go to my phone. I'm going to go to, not GM Tracker. Hold on. Hang up the phone. How can I not go to my trading block from there? That doesn't make any sense. All right, trade negotiations. We'll go to the trading block. Oh, for Christ's sake. It's so glitchy. And we got to see how good everybody's going to get, because Reinhardt could jump up. So, this is what they suggest to us. What I'm looking for is a forward, a first-line forward with at least 4.5-star shooting. I'm also looking for a defenseman. I'm looking for a top-due defenseman. It doesn't really matter about that. I'm not looking for a goalie, so I'm going to clear that off. I would also look to add, if I think about what's in my system, I don't really know what else I want. I just want those 2 guys. That's really all I want. So let's not clutter it up. Surplus, current picks, they're all on. That's fine. Trading block, Okay, we are going to add, hold on. Yeah, players. Okay, so trading block, let's see here. What do we have? We have a forward. We have a first line forward with good puck skills. All right, so we'll put that up there. That's the type of what we have to offer. We also have, that's about it. So, yeah, that's about all we have. And then players on the block, sure, we'll leave that on there. I'm going to throw Eric Stahl on there. Down. And I'm not also against adding Ryan Kessler. I'm also not against adding Ryan Kessler to the team, to the trading block, because they're both really good overall, and you never know exactly what you might get from them. I mean, he's a first-line forward, Kessler's a second, but you never know what teams might be interested in, so we'll see what happens. I mean, Kessler's only got 1 year left, so we might actually be able to re-sign him. So we're going to make those changes to the trade block. We're going to sim. We'll see if we get any offers, because we've been very clear with what we want. All right, we've been very clear, and we've been very clear with also what we've got available. We've limited it to just first-line forwards. Actually, you know what? I got to fix that because we do have a second-line forward with good defense. All right, oh, here we go. So we got Zanussi. Nice. So we got that goalie. Hold on. GM options. Trade negotiations. Let's pop into the block one more time. Surplus. I also have a forward, a second-line forward with good defense. All right, we got a guy with a good defense. I think Kessler is probably the second of the two that I wouldn't want to trade. So between Kessler and Stahl, if it came down between those guys, I would keep Kessler because he's a defensive forward. Those guys are tough to come by, and not many, and a lot of teams want them too. So he might command a better defenseman, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yep, Kucherov is still sitting there. It'll be interesting to see what happens to the end. He might command. He might be asking for less salary. So maybe what we'll do. Oh, he's gone. Kucherov signed in Florida, I think it said. It said he signed somewhere. I don't know where it was. Apparently, Sedin's on the trading block. Crosby got signed. See, now there's some guys on the trading block. So once we get, maybe what we'll do is we'll stop here. We'll stop here. We'll have another look through. Have a quick look through here with Stahl. See, the players have changed. They don't want to get rid of, they wanted to get rid of goalies before. They don't want to now. Because their off-season plans change. I mean, it happens. Still Steele. We'll look again once the year starts. Clog. Nope. And it doesn't look like St. Louis. It doesn't look like anything's changed. Fleury. Yeah, it's all the same. So, we'll sim again. It was worth the shot. I see names coming in and off the block. I mean, we've given, like I said, we've given it some pretty specific search criteria for teams to make an offer. So Linus Ullmark has accepted our offer. He'll become our starting goalie in the minors, and we've added another talent there. So here, they want to trade Daniel Sedin for a first and a second. I'm going to have a look at the trade. I want to see what Sedin's about. Well, he's a first-line forward, but what's his overall? 87? How many points did he put up? 78 points last year. But is he worth trading away our future for? No. Is he going to bring much more than Matt Molson is? Absolutely not. And we've got $19 million in salary cap. I'd like to sit with that. I'd rather sit with that than gamble on a guy that's 36 years old. You know, he's got 1 year left this year at 87, and he may even drop to an 86 during the year. That's not a gamble I'm willing to take. I'm more interested at this point to see where guys like Reinhart end up, see how Zaka is to start the season. I feel like he'll need 1, maybe 2 years in the AHL, maybe only 1. I'm thinking it's probably more or less 1. And then we've also got Kylington too, like lots of good players coming up through the system. Maybe, and when we look at the trading block here too, we'll find something that fits the Buffalo Sabres needs. Otherwise, we'll roll with what we got. All right, so they're looking for 35 wins out of us. I don't know why. I mean, I think we can produce more than that. So let us go to GM options. Let's go to trade. Let's actually, you know what? We're going to go to our contracts. Let's have a look at our overalls here. So overalls, Reinhardt's now an 89 overall. So I think that what's going to happen is Reinhardt's going to play that top line with Eric Stahl. And Ryan Kessler will play the second line. I believe that's probably the best way for us to go. Matt Molson dropped to an 85. Ristolainen's an 85. Zuccarello's an 85 still. McCabe's an 84. Daly dropped to an 84. Gergensen's an 84. Foligno's an 84. Larson's an 83. So we do, and Grigorenko's still 82. So we're going to have some guys playing out of their means. Armia's still 79. It looks like we got some guys that are just bubbling. If we look in the minor system, Bowie's an 81. We'll actually save. Actually, we'll be quitting here anyway. And then it'll reset everything. Kylington's a 76. Where is Zaka? He might be up on the main roster right now. Zaka. Am I missing him? Where are you, Zaka? There he is, 76. So him and Kylington are both 76. That's the type of progression I expected. They're probably going to need 1 or 2 years. Like I said, yeah, they'll probably be about 81, 82 by the time next year starts. So Oliver Kylington and Peter Zaka, or Pavel Zaka, those guys are definitely part of the future. And they're progressing quite nicely. I expect them to be ready to go next year. Goaltenders, Neuwirth and Dubois, and Nichols is an 85. So that tandem of 2 85s could actually push us into the playoffs, guys. That like very, very firmly into the playoffs. Laurent Brossoit jumped up to a 78 overall. Nicely done, Brossoit. And then we've got Dubois here is also a 78. So we got a lot of options in the minor system too for goalies. Let's quick before we go, because I still think that trading Eric Staal might be our best option at this point. And I think, honest to goodness, we could probably trade him for anything. I would take, well, it's still a forward or a goalie. Players, it's going to be the same guys, I think. Boston, oh, they've actually removed a few. We're probably more likely to be able to trade an Eric Staal at the deadline than we are at the beginning of the season, as teams start to peter out. Roland McEwen, 76 overall. No, I just saw he was an NHL player. I saw that. Walters, Montreal. It does look like there's a couple other players here. You know what? The one thing I didn't look at was Kessler. What's the like Robbie Fabry? Tampa's interested now. Washington's still interested, not getting rid of anybody though, and nobody in Winnipeg. So let's take Staal off and let's throw Kessler on, and let's see what kind of interest. Well, we know what they want. We know what Boston wants. Columbus is interested in him. They don't have anybody they want to get rid of. Like Dallas. A lot of teams that aren't interested. LA, we know about them. We know about Minnesota and Montreal. Pittsburgh is interested. Nope. St. Louis, same thing. Tampa, they were already interested in that. Washington and Winnipeg. So there's not many teams that want to deal with us. So it looks like we're going to probably have to go with what we've got here. So what I'm going to do is quickly go to roster moves. Roster moves. We are going to go by role. Obviously, they're going to be screwed up right now. Subban can be sent down. Hetherington can be sent down because they're not going to be there. D'Angelo may end up being a 79 overall. 21 years old, we're going to send him down. McCabe is a top 6. Pisic's a top 6. A couple top 4s. Joel Armia. Oh. Where is everybody? Anthony DeLuca, was that one of the guys we're going to keep? No. Oh, we didn't get a 4th line center. That's one thing I forgot to put on the docket. Oh, no. All right, what's DeLuca's face-offs like? 74. Like, one of these guys could come up and take face-offs for us, I'm sure. I'm sure we could. All right, I think that we're... Oh, and then goalies was the one spot we need to adjust. So we're going to go down here. We're going to call up Nichols. They got Nichols actually as a backup, but that will fix once we back out. So I'm going to edit the lines here. Let's have a quick peek here at what we're looking at, and then I'll get to the next season. So they want to go Reinhart, Kessler, Molson. I'm actually going to go like this, and like that. I think that's good. They got Foligno playing the second line. Where is Larson? Yeah, they got this all buggered up. Foligno. Actually, William Carrier went up to an 82 overall. All right, Carrier, what's your face-offs like, man? 82 face-offs for William Carrier. I think we found our face-off man on our 4th line. So we're missing a... Who are we missing here? Where's Baptiste? We got Baptiste. We got Carrier. Who's missing that I'm not taking into account? Foligno. We got Grigorenko. Gergensons. Reinhart. Oh, I guess we got the one guy playing up. So I guess Joel Armia could be that guy. He could be that guy. I mean, he's ready. He's 4 yellow stars. He's either going to make it or break it at this point. So Reinhart, Stahl, and Molson. Zuccarello, Kessler, and Larson. You've got Grigorenko, Gergensons, and Foligno, and Baptiste, Carrier, and Joel Armia. That's a really nice balance, actually. You got a playmaker, two-way forward, power forward, two-way forward, sniper, two-way forward, playmaker, sniper, play. That's a really good option there. I'm actually going to switch McCabe and Daly around. I think that McCabe might have a better option here with Tyler Myers. And our power play we won't worry about. Alright guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. Let me know what you guys think about all the changes. Did we do the right thing this year? Are you looking forward to the season? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment. We already talked about that. But also subscribe if you like the content. And follow me on Twitter at TargetAud18. Okay guys? Until next time, I'm Target Audience. And I'll catch you guys out on the ice.